Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Alumni Summer Showdown. I am Curtin. Here with me is Shaw. We have some games happening concurrently right now, so gonna have a quick little intro. But Shaw, how are we doing? How are we feeling going into a few weeks of this Alumni Summer Showdown?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I actually have dinner on the side there. I didn't. I thought we were gonna be starting later, but it's all good. So this match we have here is Padgewadgies, no Padgewadgies and Timmy's Daycare. I've forgotten the maps already.
Uh,
We just had them
you've
matches
got them.
with.
Yeah, we just got them told. They are Dust 2, Anubis, and Inferno. I got them. Don't worry. You don't need them. We are ready. But no, I'm really excited to see these two teams bringing out. Always excited. Moving from that collegiate space that we see a lot of games come in, and seeing kind of where we can do with this alumni version is really really fun to do in the summer, and can be a great way to get your competitiveness out.
I don't really have anything to add on to that. I believe we're ready on.
Yeah,
Ready on round 6. 6-0 started on the T side of that dude's really good, and the money's broke as well.
yeah, that's a tough one because that is going to be Padgewadgies, I believe. I think it is Padgewadgies. I'm reading it. To be 6-0 up, which is really, really strong. So we'll see, can they continue to do that? It's going to be a very, very awkward bye, to say the least, on the other side.
Player on Timmy's Daycare. It's just on his monitor. But it's not going to do much at the start of this round, as two players go down very quickly. It's a very fast head out long. And, well, Chico's going to be able to get... Wait, is that Chico? Oh. I think it is. Well, the other players are in A and the bomb's rotating over. And Spoon's going to be able to hold the rotate, so... It should be good for his 7th round.
Oh yeah, and it's very quick to end it out. Just peeking out through the mid doors and out the A side. They're just going to take that 7th really easily. And they fully invested there on that round, so now it's going to be a similar situation of trying to purchase up, but they have a little bit better here. Last time they had 2 auto shotguns. This time they at least have an M4. They have an AWP, so that could be used really, really nicely here. But so far, it just seems... we didn't see the first 6 rounds at all, but based on that 7th round, it feels like there's just confidence flowing through. They're allowing Padgewadgies to just win rounds because they're just playing it so quick here. And we can see that already, going fast out long, taking the fight against the auto shotgun. And they're just going to be able to walk up towards A, but there is a player on short, throwing some mutant, trying to slow them down.
Chico will be able to get the player on car, but that's another player down towards, I believe it was B. So Chico's going to be rotating, but the bomb's just slowly picking up long. And it's basically already put to the side. So happy to retake here, but the flank coming in.
Yeah, that B lurk just does everything it takes at the B side player. It takes out that mid op, and then what are you going to do at the end? Just get taken out there in the 1v3. So 8-0 start. So we had a delayed getting into this, and perhaps we missed half the map, given that it was 6 rounds. But we'll see, can we have a bounce back here? Let's see, can Timmy's Daycare find their way back a little bit here, if it will continue to be dominance. But the way the money's going, the way these continuously forcing, trying to get okay weaponry out, but then just having no util to stop any of this speed is going to be tough here. And once again, have a bit of a long one. Going to try to make their way out quick. Going to get the double up before getting traded. There is going to be great doubling back, though. So it's not all lost here as Chico gets that. But now into this 2v3, 1v3. And they can just walk their way onto the A site, and there's just 1 player remaining trying to fight a Chico who's already gotten 2, needs 3 more to win out another round. And I think that might be a bit high of a cost given how this half has gone so far. And with the flank of Spoon, it will be ended 9-0. It's just so quick.
They had a good idea sending 4 people that long, but the spray's there, and Padgewadgies is just more than willing to take the gunfights. the confidence is just flowing, as you said earlier. And they just ran out short just to take the fight. So it's gonna be hard to stop this momentum, I feel like.
It really is, and
Right.
this time around they're playing the passive long side, just situating one towards Car, and they still the same movement is done. Riptide though, with the auto shotgun, close range, is going to be able to find that in the push down mid through short. Fine's going to be able to get another, so they have an advantage here. One back, but that is still one player in the lead of it. This op getting pushed by a P90. This is a good weapon to do for it. I think there might be a Zeus trying to chase in, but it's not going to be able to shock him out. So 4 versus 2, perhaps the first on the board. The chance is there, but 2 players pushing it long does mean A site is vulnerable.
That's being basically completely given there. A player picks out on short and goes down for it. So 2v3 in the brook. 2v3 push-one scenario with Padgewadgies. They saw this player out. Oh, no ammo for Jatotum? Oh, but the op will...
Yeah, actually, you're right. It's Jatotten.
Jatotten.
It's like Jay Bowen. It reminds me of it.
Jay Biden.
No, that's their first round. That was actually some good adaptations to like play around with what was going on there. You know, they continuously take long off you and get these kills, and they're so consistent with it. So give away long and just try to take a fight in here. And the confidence there means they're not peeking out Car. They're not using the util to get that auto shotgun out of the way. So, I mean, you take what you can get here every step of the way. The push through mid as well was strong. So now going into round 11, maybe you can get yourself a 9-3-half. Maybe here you got 2 more rounds left to try to do it on the CT side.
The economy is so good for Padgewadgies though. They have full buys till the end of the game, and then some. To the end of the half, sorry, and then some. And that'd be really interesting. They decided to just ball out mid for Beast player. There's only one player on the side here, and it goes down immediately. So it's hard to see how they're gonna be able to retake this. You have to block the smoke. There's so many angles you have to clear.
It's a flank through.
Nice shot from Makeable Beep.
That's really good though. 1 versus 2. This is still going to be such a tall task. Doesn't know their door, but low HP gets shot through themselves. So that's 10-1 now. So it's just, you know, a flash in the pan to see the 1 round go their way. They are hopefully able to buy up here. There's a lot of money on Chigo, so they are going to be able to get the op, but it's going to be a bit lesser for a couple of the players here. But it's not terrible. That P90 is a little bit of a glaring one pointing at us right here. But in this final round of the half, maybe they can get something here. Maybe this time around it can be done. But for now, it's just similar as what we've seen before. This time pushing the 3 towards long here, adjusting once again.
Hey, and gets the fight. It's not going to cause the rest of the team to rotate though. Considering this very same short. It's dropping down in CT. It's all Jatotum. And he's gonna get triple swung at the end. 11-1. It feels like it's gonna be a very fast map. If Timmy's Daycare can't get something on the pistol. Which I mean they have a rush.
That's the round to do it. This is a round where it's all very much more. Even if a team is confident, like we've seen them be, this is where you can have a little bit more of a flippy situation if you are trying to just claw your way back in. So potential for that, especially if they can get a good push towards it. We'll have to see where they go straight away. There's always B.
Oh no.
But no, they have the B spawns, but this time they're running on 2 sides. Oh, there was an agreement, I think, to just have a firing squad in mid. I'm sad to say this does favor the CTs. Partially because they all bought dual Berettas.
Jordan will get 1.
Oh, they lined up!
They trim killed! No!
I'm heartbroken
Oh,
for Jay.
Padgewadgies having a bit of fun. But it's...
The Glocks are not built for that mid-fight. But now, yeah, they seem to be going for a little bit of fun here to end out the match. It is going to be 5 scouts purchased up here. Complete force as well from the other side. Oh, Spoon hits a nice headshot there, but I mean, I think they're up against enough scouts that one of them was bound to hit here. And now, pushing towards that B side is going to be the terrorists. They're going to be good for the first with that Tech 9, but they're just going to get hit with a wall of bullets that decimate them. You get one back, though. 3 versus 2. If they can get these close angles with the pistols, there's a world where they can take some kills here. Peeking around the door, trying to fight through it. They're jumping around the bullets. The pistol needs to be reloaded, and it's just going to be one remaining. Coming in through mid is Chigo. And now, against these scouts, it's going to be a missed shot here, importantly. He's not going to fall so far. These is a great opportunity. Both of them low HP. The pistol can do some work if they need it to, and it's going to find the double. And that's one way to do it.
Having a bit of fun there. Padgewadgies.
Run it back.
5 scouts is a bit bold.
What about 3 scouts? Is that better? Is that?
What if they just didn't have the money for all the scouts, so they're just gonna use 2 deagles mid as well? Oh, we're seeing one player actually go long. But there's 4 people in mid.
He kind of knows the long flash at least. I'm happy for him. No one peeked around it, but I saw him trying to find his way around. These single shots, these headshots, they're coming on through, and they're doing some great damage here. And they're just going to continue to push that situation here. One more towards long. It is going to be traded out, though, breaking into the 4 versus 2, but it's not looking good for Timmy's Daycare right now. In this situation, that flash popping out is going to be enough to take out Riptide with these no-scopes, which are surprisingly accurate. And that is going to be a 13-2. We missed the first 6, but I imagine it might have been quite similar to what we just saw in the latter stages of the game. But that is a hard 13-2. That's a tough one to take, but I think you could see some glimmers of what they're trying to bring here. Someone like Chigo had a couple of really good rounds that they were actually able to take it for themselves, and they were the reason that they got a couple of those rounds here. But for the most part, that was just Padgewadgies having a field day, it felt like.
Yeah, they were just having so much fun. But the scouts, they were just running up. So such little utility as well. There's like, and we can take the fights. We can just take the fights. We can win just like this. And they did win, very convincingly. So we'll see what the next map looks like, which is in Anubis.
Yeah, more interesting one.
More interesting.
Yeah. I think it's got. You could theoretically you could have a little bit more. It's obviously a less played map for the this kind of level of play. A lot of people kind of shy away towards it in like Premier and even Face It levels for the most part. A lot of people don't actually play Anubis that much. So it could be a world where there is some ideas in play that they go for. Maybe it's a little bit of they're unfamiliar compared to how much you'd be on Dust 2. So that could be a way to play it. I'm sad we aren't seeing a cache. I'm waiting for the day we get that one in now. So
I wonder if cache is actually in the veto. It should be. Oh, so you've just been told that another team's name is Catch Me If You Can.
That means it's got to be in it, right?
It's got to be. It would be very ironic if it wasn't. It'd be very funny if it wasn't.
Sorry, I need quickly just checking if they got it in the other game's veto. They didn't. The other game going on right now, the cache did get banned by Cash Me If You Can. I just want that to be known. they banned. So so they just it's just a fun little name. But yeah, we will be going into Anubis very, very soon, but we'll just run it to a short little break. So do not go anywhere. And we're back. We are going to be getting into Anubis in just a second. They're just finishing out that knife round, but I'm excited to see. Of course, it very much could just be a rehash of what we saw a few minutes ago, which was a complete decimation of Timmy's Daycare. But I like to think on the positive side here and think new map, new potential, new world in which we could live in. Maybe they can do something. This one is picked by Timmy's Daycare, so that does mean that I'm really hopeful that they have like some deep-seated strats. They've been grinding it out. I don't know if that's had the level, but maybe they have some ideas that they can run in and actually bring us a little bit more of a competitive game. You know, I do think Padgewadgies have some phenomenal players that they were showcasing there, so that's one thing. But I'm excited to see what Anubis brings us.
Yeah, interesting. Sorry, just had to get right out there. A lot of utility for pistol round. Looks like they're just going to be going for fast B it with his utility.
Yeah, heavy
Don't really
towards
see
that.
anything anywhere else. Was that a bad season?
Yeah, it kind of is. It's very, very deep towards the side. It's actually going to give a lot of free reign, especially holding towards E-Box and the back of the site. So they can just walk all through. There's going to be one player here. Riptide is waiting to pull it. That's landed enough for him, and he needs to face off against a lot of pistols here. Got some backup to kick some kills, but still, they're at a disadvantage. The bomb plant goes down. It's going to be a tough one to do. 2 versus 3. Trying to break through, and Padge just swings around. That Glock takes ahead. And we just one remaining team. They're going to be struggling to do it, especially with that kill just taken away. 1 round start for Padgewadgie.
Yeah, it's that miss, that smoke at B main. It kind of caused it, forced them to shift attention and to this. It kind of disrupted their own setup. And so there's a lot of one-on-one fights there. And, well, Padgewadgie is definitely going to take that. And then there was a player that just, I think it was Padge that snuck into CT there.
Yeah, just shift walking.
Just shift walking, completely unseen. Manages to find one player in CT and then just swings a player in Temple. Did I see a revolver?
Oh, I'm liking this.
There is a revolver.
I'm liking the sneaking of these dual Berettas. There could be some. There is an R8 revolver in play though as well.
I think he's gonna
Nicky
see.
Bo Beep.
Oh, he misses it. Misses the timing. Oh, and he pulls his knife out. Will not be getting the kill, and that's the bomb side taken.
Yeah, wasn't expecting much from this round, but still not getting anything. Oh, stand corrected. Padge does get dropped. That is an AK in hand. Could be a massive thing to save if you get that position. There is the R8 that has circumvented everything going on. They're meeting. But both sides fall. That is 2 kills for the CT side off of a very, very slight buy. You know, a couple of pistols purchased up, a little bit of armor. So that'll be a little bit more money in their pocket, a little bit of damage dealt to the terrorists. So Timmy's Daycare, not going to be the saddest about that, but just you really need to try and get on the board this round to stop that momentum from shifting like we saw.
I'd love to see what happened in heaven there, in A-side heaven. Because it looked like they passed each other in what, maybe it was a smoke?
Yeah, smoke must have been down and they just
Yeah.
both shift walked through. Once again. Yeah, but here we have to see. Oh, the M4. Yeah, the M4 is going to start with a kill, which is a massive one to take. Yeah, it's going to be traded back though, and I think the pace is just going to be picked up. The site is going to be taken here.
Where's smoke actually? Does that allow them to hold the cross? Oh, no, it does not. I thought this smoke was maybe thrown so that there was a gap. But doesn't look like it. They get the bomb down, and they'll just pick off the players. Well, I think it was a smoke spam. Was it?
Yes, it was. So that was a really good way to get the opening, but not able to convert that. I think just they decide to go with pace once they see the first kill getting dropped off.
I mean, a lot of this has just been going with pace.
It really
Well, the
is.
first
It's
half,
it's
yeah.
yeah. When you it's definitely one of those things where if you feel like you're the better team right now in terms of like pure mechanics at the very least, the pace will just win for the most time because you can just out aim entirely. And this time around though, they are gonna get punished for it. Trying to get away though, Chigo is gonna get caught here, making all those steps to run with the smoke here. The MP9's in play though. Boyan, I think it's pronounced Boyan, is gonna be brought down, and Mickey Bo Peep in mid as well. So getting clamped towards that A site is a potential, but they're just going to back it off and run towards B here, and that's great when the rotator gets taken out by Spoon. 1 versus 3, and the scout alone on A can do very little against this.
Yeah, it almost goes well for Timmy's Daycare, but Spoon with a lurk in mid, able to take down one of the rotates and then cuts off the other rotate. And that's enough of a go signal. Feels like though that Timmy's Daycare might be. Oh,
Did see that.
there is. Give me 1 second.
Now, ooh, great start off though. The CTs are going to get 2 picks in separate positions. That's a massive opening to get, even if it gets traded back. Smoked off towards mid, and even the spam through the smoke is going to be successful. 4 versus 2 now. They're in a position to perhaps take their first round here. The dry peek through main is not going to be it, though, and that's going to leave a site undefended. The AKs are just going to absolutely march their way onto the site. Soon to get this plant down in the smoke. And now it's just about timings. Are they going to be able to do with this flash? All going to catch Riptide off, and that's a huge, huge bit of real estate to take here. The 2 players coming from CT, trying to make their way forward here, but they don't have the util. They have 1 kid in hand. It's about taking these fights well. Going to start with the first. Takes out Liam. And now I think they expect him to be here in the E-box position, but now last alive, he gets the double. That's going to be a 5-0 start, but turning that 2v4 on its head and taking it over. It was that open B side off of that initial kill that turns it around.
Yeah, unfortunately, I missed most of that round.
Don't worry, I said all the... you just listen to what I say and you'll have a full glimpse at it.
I did manage to catch that retake attempt, though. But it's such a nice pop flash, and then playing together, taking the fights together from connector. Pushing to the smoke. Padgewadgies don't be punished for that. He's not expecting it. What? Mickey. Oh, that's his teammate. Wait, how did Mickey Bo Beep get over there? Well, either way, 1v3 scenario for Timmy's Daycare. And it looks like they've got the right read. 3 players on the B site. But they're not seeing anything, so 1 player will rotate off. Like this, and there's a player pushing it. Yeah, and that is the information. Johnson. It's gonna slowly get into flanking, but in the meantime, Remus is gonna be flanking onto Riptide. Riptide caught locking the wrong way.
Yeah, this is going to be an opened up site here. As they get that kill onto Boyan, and now 2 versus 2. Once again, a bomb plant in, but they're coming from separate locations, and I don't know if you fully expect this plank. The Molly's going to make him known, but that's the kill as well, so it doesn't matter all too much. And I think they know where the last is, or they should be where. I think they catch a glimpse of him, but they're not going to be able to do it. Jay Toten is going to get taken out at the end, and once again, it's these clutch situations. It's especially that 1v2 twice in a row that comes up clutch. And now, looking like a parallel of what we just witnessed, but we get to see the first half because that's a 6-0 start.
This is not a nice start to what for Timmy's Daycare. You know, it feels like they have a lot of idea. That round, they took a lot of aggression towards mid, They managed to punish the players pushing the smoke. They even had a player in the water there. Now they're just pushing through. They have three players. They had 3 players here, though. Ooh. They backed off. Chico with the flank? What happened that round? Where did Chico come from? I'm so confused.
I'm kind of at a loss a little bit, but this 1v3 is not feeling very hopeful right now. Riptide just slow walking their way. The auto shotgun in hand. I don't know if this is a round that is set to be won here. Maybe pick up that rifle. Oh, that sound cue is going to come in from that Molotov and just going to be nothing for them as a 7-0 start goes the way of Padgewadgie. And now, I think we're going to see similar displays as we saw on Dust 2 from the get-go.
Yeah, there. I think if Timmy's Daycare was able to stay on mid and hold it down, they would have had a couple of free kills. Considering them, Padgewadgies flashed themselves. But alas, it was not to be. Oh, nice flash push, but not even that works out. Down. That's a bomb dropped in B side. But Riptide has to be so wary of the water play as well. And then he gets taken down because he's not prepared for the player. He's just accelerating into B. Again, a 1v... a cut situation required, but he's smoked off. Flashed out. Smoked off again. He just has to push the smoke. Oh, he's gonna eat a nade, eat some spam. This is quickly getting out of hand. If it wasn't already clear. Padgewadgie's just walking all over them.
Yeah, I'm curious if they can make any kind of moves in this half, or if it is just going to be the Padgewadgie show here. They have had some moments that have come down to the wire that they just haven't been able to cinch. These, these last moments, these clutch situations are where they are falling short for sure, and where we are seeing Padgewadgie just not struggle at all. And now going into this, just breaking out through that smoke. Util dropped, but mainly just the AK is needed. And that is a sight opened up. The rotates come in quick, and Chico's going to be able to take one. But now the 2v4 will be tough here. That smoke isn't going to do any favors either.
Oh, they're going for the knives. No. Okay, Chico will stay alive, but 9 HP. And the A's demanded of him. They're going for the knife, but he understands. He's so far away. He has to find a way to push through the smoke, though.
Once again, trying this
himself off again.
Smoke.
What? No pitch, and he's gonna be knifed in the back. Cooler,
that's it. Yeah, it's gonna be a way to end it out to that 9-0. Once again, breaking it down to such a close one there. They did have no kid. It was going to be an uphill battle no matter what. But it's being able to get down to the wire and then just not be able to close it out is such a problem. I think there's a bit of nerves, especially when you're coming up against such a brick wall in every sense of the word. But now round 10. Once again, a couple of rifles in play. And those rifles have been doing work when they've been able to get them out for the most part. So can it be done again? It is going to be the assault of the B site once more.
They're going to just sort of send it to the smoke, but finally punished with the accent. A bit more spam. Spam is still not the best, actually, but... Oh, spam... Cooler... Spams into the smoke. Knows where he's going to be trying to fall. He's going to be trying to fall off. I might have spotted him over smoke as well. Spoon kills a flanking player as well, and he'll take all the mid space. And it'll cause the to rotate and Cooler. He's still not here on B. He's still here taking fights. Jitotten might be able to cut off the. Oh, they almost lined up, but he won't get anyone. Health advantage is there for Brian, but it's still a 1v2. And look at the player pushed on CT already. Brian's gonna be caught with his pants down. And he goes down. 10-0 start. It's not even a start anymore, it's just 10-0. Oh.
Yeah, this time around they're not getting any of this. Like they got the round on dust too. That was in some ways handed based on the first round they win wasn't, but the second round they got was the all scouts moment. So we'll favor that one. But on the CT side, they did get one round where they did just have a great moment where they got a man advantage. I think it was a 2-man advantage, and they were able to turn it, to like keep it going rather than getting it clutched away from them. So hopefully they can do something in this half as well to show a little bit of sign of life here. That's a good opening to do it.
Yeah, but what we've seen so far throughout this half is that opening advantage don't really mean much, especially if your pushes are just picked off like that. A player caught pushing mid, and it goes right back to a 4v4. The combi has not been the best, so one player's still on a deagle. This one we're pushing in. Riptide doing his job here, actually. Very well, actually. He's dropped the bomb. Not only that, it's behind the smoke as well, so it'll be hard for them to push. Riptide. Oh, I don't think I like that. But
the trade. Riptide gets the one though, so. But we're still in a 2 versus 1, so this is still an advantageous position here. Holding the angle is Mickey Bo Peepin. I mean, this might be the best opportunity here to be able to do something here. They're playing this nice and slow. They might be separated, but they're able to fight it. Jumping across though, great angle here. Ready for the E-box player now. Can Boyan do it? But the no scope is what is done. You can't do this to them, Cooler. I don't want to see it. I don't want them to fall apart once again. But it is looking to be that way. That is a 1 versus 3 that falls completely. And now 11-0. 1 round left in the half and nothing left, it feels like. There is still a max loss bonus for Timmy's Daycare. So they are going to be able to buy up a couple rifles. There's actually going to be 4 full rifles here. So we'll see. That is a PP Bison, which I don't... To the viewers, I don't recommend that as a gun. It has a very terrible armor penetration. It may have 64 bullets, but it doesn't do much damage. Just in case you're thinking about it.
But what it can do is if you kill an enemy with a PP Bison, it does mental damage.
That's a fair one, actually. But now, I don't know if this is going to be the round that they're... Flashes everyone! And that's going to be, at least the kills go in favor in the end of the CTs. Oh, that's going to fall apart quickly, though. The AK and the AWP, they find one on separate angles, and now into the 1 versus 3. Chigo.
I feel like he's already out of this. They're pushing. They just want to kill him. They have the utility. They smoked him off. They even have mollies and flash. They still have another molly and a flash. And another smoke. Oh, they're going for the Zeus. Doesn't find it in the end, but... He's already run out of time. He's
got the AWP, he's running, he's got no kid. There's not much there. Spoon takes him. They take the 12th. And Hope is feeling a little bit low right now, for all being honest. But perhaps a pistol. I don't think it's a step to victory, but it might be a consolation prize. And that's all we can really hope for right now.
Chico asking third map in chat. And Spoon and Liam saying, yeah, maybe. See, all of Padgewadgies is sending it up mid, and they'll find one. But the sites are open. Go. It's happening. Wait, did they drop the bomb?
They did. So they need to take this fight, and this fight is going to be a hell to do. Padge is just going to defend that bomb. Cooler is coming in for the flank with the dualies.
He doesn't get the kill.
He doesn't get the kill, but someone's bound to, and that's going to be Cooler to take it. That is a 13-0. Once, well, not once more. It was a 13-2 last time, but I'm heartbroken. That's what I am. I was really hoping.
Yeah.
I was really hoping. There's genuinely some great moments in there. That's the thing that I want to note too. There's some they got I think about 5, 6, probably maybe not 6, maybe 5 rounds where it was genuinely a clutch situation that had to come out, and it just felt like because they were doing so well, because mechanically they might be the better team. They just went out in all those situations, the 1v2s, the 2v4s. They always were just able to bring it back. But the fact they were able to get in those situations meant that there was a world in which that was maybe a 9-3 half if we flipped the coin a bit differently. But I still think it was very much just Padgewadgies' game to win.
That last round is so heartbreaking as well. They had a 4v2, but the bomb gets dropped at T-spawn, and all of a sudden they're all scrambling back to get it, and so many 1v1s are given over. It just felt so doable.
Yeah,
it's just
and they really just set up these situations where they kept just falling apart, and it definitely struggled to see. But perhaps, in the coming weeks, we can see, a different form from them, a bit of improvement, because I think there is some glimmers of what could be done. I think next week they're playing Cash Me If You Can. There's opportunities. We can see what happens. Just taking a little glance though over at the other game. It is Munch Bunch versus Cash Me If You Can. That first game went 19 or not 9 to 13, not 19. On Nuke in the favor of Munch Bunch, and now they're just starting map 2. So we're seeing a bit more competitiveness over on the other side of that in terms of this round robin. So it's exciting to see, and I'm curious how each of these teams are going to stack up against one another, and see how they improve over these next few weeks.
Yeah. I'm woefully underprepared for this. I'm going to be honest.
That's all right.
Yeah.
We're here.
We're here.
So we had delays both today and in our weeks, so we'll get there. We'll finish now. But no, but for now, for today, for this evening, this has been our best of 3 to start us off for the Alumni Summer Showdown. I was going to just say Showdown, but it has summer in the name. But I'm excited to see what the 4 teams can bring for us. What Timmy's Daycare, Padgewadgies, Munch Bunch, and Catch Me If You Can are going to bring. And next week we'll show you another one of our best of 3s to see how it fares out and what's going to happen in the course of this event. So I'm excited to do it, and Shaw's excited to do it as well. I can hope.
I am. It's just gone through my head.
Yeah,
but I'll get my footing out. I'm happy to do this regardless.
Exactly. We're all just happy to be here. The players are happy to be here. The viewers are all happy to be here. But that is going to be all for us this week over at the Alumni Summer Showdown. And we will catch you again next week. See you there.